all the gifts you really, really, really can't wait to unwrap. Joy fully.
We are set for the nightcap here on this quadruple header semifinal Sunday at the 2021 USA Ultimate College Championships. One more berth in the finals up for grabs. It'll either be Washington Element or Carleton College Syzygy advancing to face the University of North Carolina Pleiades in tomorrow's final. UNC has just dismantled the competition, and Carleton, for the most part, you could say the same thing. Washington narrowly eking past UC Davis early this morning to get to the semifinals. Hey again, everybody. Evan Lepler with Ian Toner. It's chilly, but we're going to stay warm. Maybe do some sprints after the game to warm up a little bit. And look, Carleton had a shaky first half of this tournament against Florida State. Since then, they've looked awesome. Washington has had its ups and downs. They needed a great comeback against Virginia to win their pool. They needed a great comeback against UC Davis to get to the semis, but they're here, and there's certainly a Seattle flavor to this matchup.
Well, listen, we're here at the National Championships. I don't care if you're facing a 16 seed or a 2 seed. No one's going to give you a victory en route to chasing that championship. Both of these teams have faced adversity. I'd say Washington's been a little more battle-tested to this point. I do like Carleton's top-end talent, though.
Well, Kelly Hall's message to her Washington team was basically that, Ian. They're not going to give you anything. You have to go and take it. And if anything, their comeback against UC Davis taught them that they're capable of grabbing it when they need it most.
Look, their backs were up against the wall. One of their star players, Abby Hecko, had to take an injury down the stretch after a little miscommunication. She is someone that I'm expecting to see all over the field tonight for Element. She broke her collarbone earlier in this calendar year, came back just in time to turn in an all-club second-team performance with Seattle Mixtape. She was handling for that squad, and now she's just dominating the cutting lanes for Washington Element.
She is the go-to player for University of Washington. She'll be facing some of her old teammates on Carleton College Syzygy, a program that's always in the mix, but like Washington, Carleton going for its second championship. And Carly Campana has really been a do-it-all force for Syzygy.
You said it best there, Evan. I'm expecting her to quarterback. I'm expecting her to use her size, use her throws, use her vision. She's going to be someone exerting her influence with and without the disc on the field in this matchup.
Carleton a little short-handed. No Isabel Arevalo, no Karen or Alyssa Earhart, but still a ton of dynamic talent up and down the roster. They're the 1 seed for a reason. And they try to battle Washington for the right to face North Carolina tomorrow. One more semi. It's coming up next.
All the joys of KFC Quick Pick.
This holiday season, remember the trick. The one that lets you skip the line and get your finger-licking chicken, finger-licking quick. We'll save you a spot right by the door. And remember, you don't wait in lines anymore. Smells like someone ordered ahead.
All the joys of KFC Quick Pick. It's finger-licking quick.
Early audiences give Sing 2 an A+.
I counted 9 smiles, 2 belly laughs, and 5 chuckles.
It's a heartwarming crowd pleaser.
I don't suppose any of you can tap dance, huh?
Come on, dance with me.
It's the holiday event you won't want to miss.
I think she's trying to kill me.
Sing 2, rated PG.
The 2021 USA Ultimate College Championships are presented by Discraft, home of the UltraStar, the official disc of USA Ultimate. Your place for all your ultimate and disc golf needs. Visit discraft.com. We make flying discs fun. Carleton won the flip, chose to be on defense, so this is what the Washington O-line will look like. Phillips, Wynn, Gamboa handling. Hecko does it all, and Chan, Palmer, and Wynn are the primary cutters for Kelly Hall, Amanda Kostick, and Jillian Goodrow. Former Callahan winner Courtney Kiesau and Carleton alum Logan Weiss feature the heart and soul of the team, Maya Powell in the handler core with Margaret Little, Johnson McKee, Yamasaki Lisk, with Vandell, Tori Gray, and Nora Mertz. Well, before tonight, every game at Nationals took place sometime between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. local time. This is an 8:05 p.m. local time start. Certainly these two teams have practiced under the lights before, but not with the pressure of this particular spotlight with a berth in the finals at stake.
Something you can't discount. Got to see how these players respond to the pressure. You'd be lying if you said this setting didn't creep into the minds of some of these players.
Washington in the white, Carleton in the black. And a very good first few throws for Element, establishing some rhythm.
Amy Nguyen really pushing the pace right off the bat here for Washington's offense.
Washington, when it's been at its best, has been really crisp, attacking with authority, like we saw right there. Win to Gamboa, and an emphatic opening hold from Element. That was impressive.
Look, I know these players are out there competing, but it's almost like this offense and the defense didn't have any opportunity to catch its breath. Amy Nguyen just going for reset after reset, attacking. Hecko feeding her. Nguyen pulling the trigger. Gamboa with the finish. If they can keep that pace up and they can let the strength of their handlers shine through, this Element offense is going to be really difficult to slow down.
Amy Nguyen, the junior from Seattle. Well, certainly folks with the University of Washington have had some complaints through the years, Ian, that some of the best Seattle talent chose to go to Northfield, Minnesota for college rather than stay home and play for UW. So this is a important game for the 206. Carleton's first offensive possession begins with a similar flow to Washington's. Downfield, this is Ani Thomas-Toth. Nice job swinging it over the defender by Emma Chin. Chin gets it back. This is Campana. And she'll be doing that a lot. Initiating, throw-in scores. Carleton with a quick equalizer. What little win we had earlier in the second half of that first women's semi, that's all gone right now, and these two offenses sizzling through the chill.
Nothing slowing them down early on. And Carleton just changing the point of attack all the way down the field, going sideline to sideline, swinging, pushing defenders all the way to the edge, forcing them to reposition. Textbook finish there on the fourth side.
Ten members of Carleton's roster are from the state of Washington, including both Aria Kishner and Carly Campana, who collaborated on that opening score for Carleton. They are an ultimate school, there's no question about it. I walked by a disc today that said Carleton College Class of 2025. When freshmen arrive at campus, they get Frisbees. Carleton's the only school in the country, to my knowledge, that does that. They're the #1 seed here at 2021 College Nationals. Lauren Wynn back to Amy Wynn. There's no relations between the 3 wins on this Washington roster.
Check out that matchup of mixtape teammates downfield. Tori Gray trying to go step for step with Abby Hecko.
We've been waiting for that matchup. Gonna have our eyes on it a bunch, but that's an easy score for Sophia Palmer. Not sure she realized she was in the end zone when she caught it. No turnovers, Ian, through the first 3 points.
I mean, this is exactly what Steph Phillips is expected to do as the central fulcrum of this Element offense. Move the mark, manipulate it, break the mark, finish. That's an easy high release backhand. I want to see what these defenses do to adapt over these next couple points, because it looked like pretty easy pace so far for both offenses.
Washington arrived as the 4 seed out of the Northwest. Wins over Colorado, Virginia, Penn, and SUNY Binghamton. That Virginia game, Hydra was in control. And I walked away from it because there's so many games going on. You're looking for a close game, and I'm like, Virginia's got this. And I was shocked to learn later that Carly Campana willed Washington to the win.
All right, well, I'm going to get my one Virginia homer comment in and just say how great it is to see the Hydra program back here at Nationals. Kudos to Brittany Taylor, Kayla Strick, the rest of that coaching staff, getting this program back here. But yeah, that was a loss that they're going to want to forget.
Yeah, it's going to sting for sure. Otherwise impressive Nationals as the deep shot flies. Naraya Bell Sims had her fingertips on it. And it's an uncontested foul on Emma Pua. Yep, there's no doubt about the arm tug there. Pua with her left hand just pulled.
Nothing malicious about it, just trying to respond in the moment.
Nice snag. Still no turns, 2-all. Anna Stubbs, grad student from Michigan, with the score.
This Carleton offense looks really comfortable.
Both offenses, really.
Stubbs with club experience with Nemesis.
Speaking of Nemesis, how about the performance from the University of Chicago women here? They were mighty impressive, opening the tournament with an upset win over the defending champions, UC San Diego. And just they were a really fun team to watch. Getting to pre-quarters.
Wish I had gotten to see more of them.
Yeah.
That's the blessing and the curse about this tournament, right? It's phenomenal to be here. We are so privileged to be part of this, but there's only so much action you can take in at a time.
In a massive complex, you only have 2 eyes.
I'm just waiting for the day.
One day.
When any one of our production crew or our friends at Ultiworld get that red zone channel going.
The game's first turnover gives Carleton a break chance. Washington coach Kelly Hall said one of the big keys is stopping the transition hucks from Syzygy. That is Carleton's specialty. What a shot. And Nora Mertz gives Carleton the 3-2 lead.
Just a dump space miscommunication. Those are so frustrating to see. And then how about this rip from Tori Gray? Unbelievable form. We've talked about this on the earlier broadcasts. If this was Round Rock 2019 and Carleton was going upwind, I don't know that Tori Gray gets that distance on that throw. We've had nothing but phenomenal weather. Even though it may be a little chilly tonight, no wind to limit the prowess, the creativity, the distance, the power of throwers like Tori Gray.
Tori's mixtape teammates call her Boost Mobile because she can throw the fastest and is the fastest on Seattle mixtape. Gray to Mertz. A majestic flick for the game's first break. 1 turnover through 5 points. Stephanie Phillips. Oh, nice snag by Hecko to maintain possession. Abby Hecko, Tori Gray, her high school teammates at Roosevelt. The only game they lost one year when they were together was when most of the team was at prom. All the young kids couldn't handle it. Washington answers Nikki Chan in the end zone.
Abby Hecko laying out, as we've seen her do several times this weekend, saves possession. Comes up with the catch in traffic and comes up shooting. Nikki Chan's all business after this. She just wants to get that defense back out on the field.
Not a bad response from Hecko after her high school teammate Tori Gray launched the flick huck for the break. Hecko the layout to maintain possession. And then the tight flick to Chan for the equalizer, 3-all. On mixtape, they called Abby 2.0 because they lost a different Abby when Hecko joined the team, but Abby was the upgrade, so she was Abby 2.0.
I love that.
As always, Cam Bailey comes up with the goods when there are mixtape alums or current players involved in a broadcast.
Just as long as we don't have to have Cam give another halftime interview. We love you, man. I'm not ready to get Popovich again.
He's a future media relations director. Social media superstar. That might be a bit of a stretch.
It's getting weird after dark here.
It always does. She was out of bounds. Oh, an unforced error from Carleton. The first Syzygy turnover. How about that? Crisp disc movement. Some great grabs, and the turn comes when your feet are on the line, and Washington gives it right back. It's great energy on the sidelines right now, Ian. Kate Lanier, and now the Emma Chin Huck. Is it going to come back? No, it is not.
I mean, that's the thing you love about College Ultimate. Not the turnover, but the sideline energy.
She had the right deep target in mind with Campana going.
No question. There's just so much passion at this level. So many players knowing this could be the last time they step out on this field.
Yeah, it's not so much the case in women's ultimate, but I feel like in men's college ultimate, the goal before every point is to try and out-annoy the other team on the sidelines. Just by yelling absurdity. How about that underneath block? Nice job by Emma Chin breaking the mark. Here's Campana. She's got all the throws. And did not have a cutter there.
Well, Ikki Elmi was reading Campana's eyes.
I was not close enough to hear what you said. So.
Elmi the interception.
I want to jump out of the booth and give her a pound real quick for calling that timeout.
Hang here for a second. Her teammates will give her some dap. 3-all. We had 1 turnover the first 6 points, and now 5 turnovers on this, the 7th point of the game. And back and forth we go, and now it's Washington's turn to try and get the break. Kelly Hall described this Washington journey as, quote, a wild ride. They're trying to peak, obviously. Been talking for a couple years about playing their highest level of Ultimate here in December. Whereas usually in December, they're talking about things like, here's how you grip a Frisbee on a forehand, and here's what a stack is. Things have been ramped up a whole lot faster in every program that has been in national contention this year, which has been a fascinating thing. Some teams have handled it well and others not so much.
And in addition to those drills, as we see Element drop the disc, that's led to roster decisions, right? How many freshmen do you roster? How many of them get to taste nationals here versus having to wait until the spring?
I was chatting with Logan Weiss, Carleton coach, about that before the game. He attributed the slow start in the Florida State game to just they're tweaking, they're building. A lot of their alums haven't practiced very much with the team, but coming back for this final national championship opportunity. Logan told us last week, usually by nationals, we are who we are. We know what our identity is. Now it's very much a work in progress, even in the semis at nationals. I said, does it feel like nationals? He said, it looks like nationals. Sometimes it feels like nationals, other times.
What a coach answer from Logan.
Not as much. That's a nice throw. And that's a circuitous hold for Carleton to maintain their 1 break advantage. It's 4-3.
Peyton Pedroza wants that one back. No question about it. Second time we've seen Ari Kishner attacking that 4-side cone. Not a lot of traffic around her. Might want to put your body in between her and the cone. I don't know. Just an idea.
Kate Lanier saw the open space, saw the cutter, dished it well. And it's Syzygy back up 1. Well, a lot of these Carleton players have Seattle roots. Kate Lanier obviously could go against some of her old Triangle friends. North Carolina tomorrow. Syzygy, the top seed, taking down UCSD, the defending champs, in a close game in pool play. Vermont gave Carleton a battle as well, but 13-9. Carleton rolled Chicago pretty good. Pittsburgh was feisty in the quarters this morning, but Carleton was the better team from start to finish. Element on offense. Win to the middle of the field for Penny Wynn. And here's Nikki Chan. It's a nice job getting the disc off the sideline right there. Penny Wynn to Abby Hecko, and her throw just out of the reach of Gamboa. Carleton fans staying warm over there.
Hey, I'd love to be jumping up and down, keep that blood flowing.
Washington gets the disc back. Lauren Yamasaki-Lisk had a chance for it, but could not make the claw grip catch. Hecko up the line. That's wonderful vision and solid execution from Hecko after she turned it earlier in the point to connect with Amy Wynn for the goal.
Size advantage there for the Carleton receiver. And then how about this trust play? That's some chemistry right there between Abby Hecko and Amy Wynn. Wynn, we've seen all game long so far, so eager to push the pace. There were a couple opportunities earlier in this point where she didn't quite get a touch, but she's just attacking right here.
It's not quite a Toner Tennant, but I know you haven't been thrilled with same third hucks. Now that's not a huck that we just saw right there, but a tight window throw. Hecko confident in her abilities to put it in the spot.
I'm never going to tell Abby Hecko not to throw that. Do I want that to be the primary or secondary look for our red zone offense? I don't think so. I think that could fall incomplete maybe 5 or 6 times out of 10. Probably a few other ways you could score more consistently.
4 all. In that one point that had 6 turns, only 3 turnovers combined, and the other 7 points. Campana lets it rip. And nobody's home. And how many times in this early portion of the game has Washington gotten the turn and then gifted it right back immediately?
Just don't know how many more times they can get away with that without it being insurmountable, but clearly Carleton not on the same page either.
Ekielmi picks up and turns it over.
Well, the poaching defender for Carleton, Sydney Merrill, didn't even look back at the disc. Was just in the area enough.
Hanging up there, Campana through the contact makes the grab. Emma Chin has Campana. Pretty good defense there from Elmy.
Not just Elmy, downfield defenders in the stack and a layout block.
And it was caught after the deflection. Wow. What a sequence.
Well, there's Merrill, barely turning around just in time. Doesn't even get a hand on it, just causes some chaos in the area. Here's Campana using her size to save possession. I love the red zone defense from Element here. I know they got scored on, but they nullified Campana's strike cut with some help defense off the stack.
It's Kate Crawford who gets a piece of this throw, selling out for it. And despite the deflection, Annika Thomas-Toth has the score for Carleton.
Kate Crawford so close to that block. The intention was right. Sprint past the receiver and the thrower who gets the disc so that you shut down that break lane. The attention was there. The execution was 50% there.
Stephanie Phillips finds a wide open Sophia Palmer. That throw near the sideline forces Hecko to make a great snag. Right on the doorstep and in.
That's easy.
Phillips to win. Hecko had the layout to maintain possession, and it was smooth sailing from there.
How many hip raspberries has Abby Hecko accumulated over the course of her career, let alone tonight?
I mean, some Ultimate players who are like that, it's just one that kind of never really heals, right?
It's a scar.
Yeah. Not sure who called it, but one of the teams took a timeout after this point. It was Carleton told that called timeout. It's 5-all. Carleton will be receiving, and both teams are huddled up.
You know what, Evan? After the really dominant performances we saw in the first 3 semis, I'm super pumped that we're 5-5 right here in our showcase semi.
Yeah, haven't had a 5-5 score all day. Georgia jumped out 4-1 on Michigan. The UNC women jumped out 3-0 on UCSB, and the UNC men jumped out 3-0 on Brown. There has been one break in this game. Carleton technically leading by a break, despite the 5-all tie. College Nationals in December. I don't know if this is going to be an annual tradition, but I'm for it. Do Nationals in December and the Nationals again in May.
Hey, USA Ultimate before the pandemic had split up that mixed college division and had that unfold in the fall. Might not be as crazy as it sounds.
I was going to say, it's great to have a trip to a warm weather destination in December, but this is not a warm weather destination in December.
Yeah, as we sit up here in the booth with 4 layers and a wool hat on.
That pull rolled out of bounds, which allows Washington to set its defense. What a throw there by Carleton's Aria Kishner. Uh-oh. Oh, great snag to keep possession alive. Kate Lanier. Kishner to Chin. A wall of defenders, and without much wind, that scuba's going to work every time. Carleton really moving the disc with confidence.
An Element sticking with the zone, even as Carleton scoobers over the top and through the cup.
Trying to make him throw a bunch of extra throws, hoping for one mistake. But that mistake's not coming this possession. Carly Campana, I think that was her first touch of the point. Flat-footed score for the Syzygy Star. And this is just as they practice, and obviously Campana had the one touch before the score. A little give and go with Chin. So Campana the score, Chin the assist. 6-5 Syzygy.
Looks like some double shifting coming up here for those Syzygy Stars. Campana, Mariah Bell Sims.
Well, in a lot of ways, playing zone offense isn't as tiring as playing offense against a matchup defense, right?
I'm with you. This is the time to spend those legs.
See at the bottom of the screen, Courtney Kiesau and Logan Weiss, co-coaches of Carleton. By the way, there is going to be a 2022 Callahan Award. Nominations have been made. The award is going to be announced early in 2023, early mid-January, I'm told. Hecko lets her rip. Oh goodness, what a grab. That disc pops up, but it's caught anyway. What a sequence for Washington, punctuated by Sophia Palmer.
Palmer.
Obviously, and the Callahan's going to be announced early in 2022, not 2023.
I gotcha. Palmer saving the day right there. Adjusts to the underthrown huck from Hecko. Takes a second to get back up. Dishes. Then attacks that four-side space, and it's almost a hospital pass that goes up to this cone, but Palmer maintains position, goes up with two hands.
And you know what? Browning's throw to the end zone here is deflected on the mark.
That's a great catch. Literally and figuratively, hat tip to our producer, Dave Tasca, tipping us off on that one.
Sophia,
go ahead and celebrate, Sophia.
Yeah, she's been everywhere in this first half. And the freshman from Montpelier, Vermont. Another member of that burgeoning Vermont youth scene.
You know, it's funny. As Kelly Hall recounts it, Mae Browning kind of came out of nowhere in the Element tryout cycle. She threw a blooming, absolutely booming flick huck at the final tryout. And Kelly just turned to the leadership and said, oh, well, welcome to Element, Mae.
It's a good tip for high schoolers out there. You throw a booming flick huck at tryout, right time, you got a pretty good shot. Here's Campana. Deep shot. Thomas Toth not going to make a play because it's easily intercepted.
I guarantee you she didn't see Abby Hecko on the release. Hecko was peeling off to help in that deep space.
This is Washington's chance to get it back on serve. Hecko holstered. Thought that was going up. This one does. But it's coming back. Alexa Yadama was wide open in the deep space, and I think there was a reason for it. A pick was called. Elmy swings it nicely for Young. Hecko running through the discard. Ani Thomas Toth has a couple of inches on Hecko from a size standpoint. Hecko has the speed edge. They're downfield in the stack right now at the front of the end zone.
Look at Penny Wynn just doing work in this handler set for Element.
Grace Young's throw off the mark though. Thomas Toth intercepts. And the break chances have been there for Washington, but they have not converted. Good defense by Young downfield, forced the reset. Carleton's Caitlin Ear had to leave her feet again. Campana.
Oof.
Every time she
faked me out on that one.
She winds up, you think it's going to get boosted deep.
Good thing I wasn't working the camera there.
Lanier going to take a shot. No one's going, so she'll reset to Emma Chin. How about that defense from Hecko? Just using her speed to completely blow by Thomas Toth.
Doesn't even have to leave her feet. Look at how much ground she makes up coming out of the stack. I wonder how much she was baiting that.
Another break chance for UW. Looking Hecko's way, and she skies Thomas Toth and then throws the score. Abby Hecko, you are magnificent. 7-6, Element.
Just go ahead and do it yourself, Abby. I hope you can hear the crowd chanting Abby's name here. She deserves all of those accolades and more.
I mentioned the size disparity early in the point, but that doesn't seem to matter much. Wow. Well, she's been waiting quite some time to get a chance at college nationals. She's a junior, but juniors had nationals in the spring of 2020 canceled and nationals in the spring of 2021 canceled. So they have had to be patient. Hecko making the most of this opportunity.
And a big thank you to USA Ultimate for finding a way to squeeze this in the 2021 calendar year. Get that opportunity for so many players who had their senior season or graduate season taken away from them by the pandemic.
In the open, you mentioned the miscommunication that took Abby Hecko out of part of the late quarterfinal game earlier today with UC Davis. She laid out and kind of the wind was knocked out of her, and she popped up and kind of tapped her head as if to say, I need a sub. That's a signal for I need a sub. One of the observers thought she was holding her head because she hurt her head and wanted her to get it looked at for a possible concussion. She's like, no, I'm fine. I just tapped my head because I'm injured and need a sub. And they didn't let her re-enter the game until a trainer came and checked her out. So the Washington coaches are like, trainer, hustle up. We need to get Abby back in the game. She's fine. And it was one of those situations where she used the hand signal for an injury, and the observer thought, and one thing led to another, but all's well that ends well.
Kelly Hall and company had a comeback they had to strategize for.
Right. Cheryl Sue's UC Davis team was mighty impressive too. Is this gonna work for Carleton? Oh yeah! Lanier with a beautiful backhand for Thomas Toth.
This is simple isolation ultimate. Thomas Toth, couple inches on her defender. Easy finish, even if that throw wasn't quite in stride and had to slow up and adjust. Said it before, I'll say it again, but now the stakes are higher. We haven't had a tie game going into halftime for the halftime point. So far, it's semifinal Sunday.
It's all been building up to this.
I got no problem looking at it that way. Everyone here braving the cold gets a treat.
Looks like Lauren Yamasaki Lisk is going to pull for Carleton. We are on serve at the moment. Each team has broken one time. Wide open in the middle of the field. And plenty of time to survey. Nikki Chan resets. Amy Wynn over to Alexa Yadama. Here's Hecko. Is it Abby time again? No! Her old high school teammate Tori Gray anticipated that throw and swats it away.
Just a touch too greedy on Hecko's part.
What are the odds on Hecko getting this back with a block here?
Whew. How about a Callahan, Evan?
A Callahan to take it to half. It wasn't Hecko. It was Stephanie Phillips. And UW with a semifinal Callahan to take half against Carleton.
Wow. I know Steph Phillips got to the space, but hard to put that one anywhere else, but just a poor decision and poor execution.
Good handler defense by Phillips. She was right there. They needed another look, tried to get it to Maya Powell, and Phillips said no. And there's no assist on that score. It's Phillips with the block and the goal. That's called a Callahan, and Element leads 8-7 Although Carleton will receive to start the second half, but by scoring there, they have the half-break advantage. And Element with an impressive first half performance. Kelly Hall joins us down on the sideline, Washington coach. Kelly, how would you describe this atmosphere, this moment for you and your team?
I mean, this is why we've come to nationals, to play a game like this, to play a team like Carleton. So to play under the lights is just, it's everything that this team is built for.
Kelly, you got tested earlier in the tournament by Virginia, by Davis. How does this pressure from Carleton feel so far through one half of play?
I mean, we knew Carleton was a great team, but I'm actually really glad we got tested early in the tournament. It really told this team like who they are as a core, and they're a team that grinds. Like, doesn't matter what the score is, they know that they can go win this game and they can go take it. So I think we're out there showing exactly who we are as a team.
It's no question that you rely on Abby Hecko for a lot. What will you ask her to do in the second half, and how many points can she play down the stretch?
I mean, we do rely a lot on Abby, but I think this team is 28 people deep, and that's really what we're looking to do in the second half of this game, is to have them commit too much to Abby, and we'll show them who else we have on this team. So Abby's here to make highlight plays, but also to make her teammates look great, which she always does.
No question about it. And Steph Phillips, the Callahan, to take it to half. Certainly exciting. Kelly, hope you're enjoying it. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. I imagine if you had said to Washington at the start of the tournament, look, you'll take half 8-7 in the semis against Carleton, they'd probably say, yeah, we'll take that. Here we are at halftime on Serve.
There is a place where we are us at our best.
A place where everyone is welcome.
Regardless of age, shape, skin color, or anything else that tries to box people in.
A place where we defy the odds, defy the naysayers,
and even defy gravity.
A place where it's accepted that success
doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave, to the determined.
A place that knows grit, knows grace, knows bright lights, and knows empty bleachers.
A place where we remember to laugh.
Where we learn to trust.
Learn to high-five strangers.
And eventually, even learn to fly.
A place where character, community, and competition
are all as balanced as a disc in flight.
That place isn't in a stadium or on a field.
That place is in the spirit of our players.
Because we don't just play Ultimate, we live Ultimate.
The last 50 years have seen a lot of positive change
around a whole range of important issues.
And some things remain reassuringly unchanged.
Like the spirit of our game.
Ultimate is 50 years young
and still a perfect circle
of fair play,
athletic pursuit,
and camaraderie.
In fact, Ultimate was a social network
before social networks even existed.
Respetamos nuestras diferencias
and understand the value that they add.
The revolution of the disc in flight continues to prove
that there's nothing we can't achieve
when we
pull together.
Long live Ultimate.
Larga vida Ultimate.
Long live Ultimate.
Well, it's our fourth game of the day, and it is unquestionably the most exciting at the half. That blanket looks nice. The Georgia-Michigan game was 8-6 at half. The UNC-UCSB game was 8-3 at half. 8-5 between UNC and Brown, but Washington and Carleton, 8-7 on serve, as close as could be, 1 break per side. And the Stars have come to play. I know Kelly Hall didn't want to focus on Abby Hecko. They're a full team, but it's been Hecko and Phillips for Washington, Campana, Lanier, and Gray for Carleton.
And to be sure, a couple players away from the disc getting involved with their limiting impacts as well. How about that bomb from Tori Gray? Absolutely on the money. Another one of the several highlights from Abby Hecko here in this first half. So many players away from the disc, as I said, having a big impact as well. Ikki Elmi playing wonderful dump defense, having great poise, calling timeouts for that D-line. Amy Wynn got such great chemistry. Kate Crawford so close to that block. And how about Steph Phillips, the center handler, trusted to distribute the rock for Element.
Each team had 1 break. Carleton's came early to go up 3-2. Washington responded late on the back of Hecko to go back in front 7-6. Hecko getting the block, then skying Ani Thomas-Toth before dishing the goal to Grassi. And there was one more exclamation point brewing late in the half, Ian. After this huck from Lanier to Ani Thomas-Toth. Phillips in the right place at the right time for a catch you'll never forget.
That's exactly what you want to see from your O-line after a turnover. Lockdown dump defense, rewarded with what else? A Callahan.
The Callahan is the difference. Washington 8, Carleton 7. 1 half of Ultimate still to play on this Sunday night.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation, designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
What would it look like if a competitive sport didn't mean a choice between beauty and brutality, style and steel, between calling yourself out and clawing to stay in? What if there was a game that found balance between spirit and sport, agony and elation, like a disc dancing on air?
We now have evolved into a team sport of a game called Ultimate. It stands by itself in that it is like no other game.
Between perfect passes and devastating drops. Like the balance we so desperately needed, we had no choice but to create it ourselves. Long live grit and grace. Long live Ultimate.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation, designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
Welcome back to Norco, California, where Washington leads Carleton 8-7. It looks like we got Logan Weiss down on the sideline. Logan, an entertaining first half from our vantage point. Was it a fun half to coach?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously there's some plays that could have gone a little differently, but all the important things are yet to come, and so we're really looking forward to the second half. We're here to be challenged, and we certainly were in that first half, and we're really looking forward to bringing it the second half.
Logan, I got to ask you the $64,000 question. What can you do to limit Abby Hecko's impact in the second half?
I mean, I think it's one of those moments where good players are going to get theirs, and we're trying to mitigate them, and at the same time, not really make that the central focus of how this game goes. I think it's, are we running our sets? Are we playing the way we want to?
I know you've talked about how you're still developing your identity. Are you closer after that first half? And what do you think the identity of this 2021 Carleton team can be?
I mean, I think it's running our system, embracing the grind, knowing that it's really just focusing on that immediate moment in front of us. So just the next point, that's what we can control, and the things in the past, that's what they are.
Does it feel like Northfield out there?
Northfield's a little colder than this.
Okay.
So yeah, this is balmy.
This is balmy. Good stuff, Logan. Good luck in the second half. Thanks for the time.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yep, Logan Weiss, veteran coach of Carleton Syzygy. He's absolutely right. We're being wimps by complaining, because compared to Northfield, Minnesota, this is tropical. Second half from Norco, Cali coming up.
Playback! The holidays bring all of us together. Kids, parents, old friends.
There's only one way to go.
And new ones. This holiday season, let's join hands and celebrate.
Sing 2, rated PG, only in theaters Wednesday.
Because you're forever connected by love. 2 touching center diamonds, representing the connection you share. Forever connected. The perfect gift to give this holiday. Exclusively at Kay.
Well, certainly both teams distributed the scoring in that first half, but Abby Hecko prominently involved with good things happening for Washington. Kate Lanier, mighty impactful for Carleton. North Carolina Pleiades awaiting the winner. And they are probably fine with this game being close and letting these teams counterpunch back and forth all the way to Universe. Jesse Jones is like, forget about 15. Let them go to 21. Let them keep playing. This is a great game. We want to see more Ultimate. By the way, happy Monday, folks on the East Coast. Second half underway. Carleton on serve with a chance to tie. How about that block? Alexa Yadama read it. Ikki Elmi shoots it deep. Yadama shy of the goal line. Washington looking to make a statement on the first point out of the half, and that will do it. It's Hecko with a one-handed snag to put Element up by 2.
That's some Seattle Riot defense right there. Yadama with the run-through block. Boys in the red zone. Ikki Elmi, what a D-line anchor she's been. Doesn't get open there. And look, Mariah Bell Sims just got beat to the cone. I
love that from Yadama. If the reset's not available, just throw the score.
I'm sorry. Like, I want to key in on that, and this is going to be harsh, but Mariah Bell Sims is going to the sideline immediately and saying, pointing to her ear, saying, I need to know that that's up. I need to know that that's up. I hear that. You need sideline help. You're also defending the fourth side cone in a streamed game where there's a lot of noise and you can't count on hearing the sideline. You just need to position yourself better and make that not an option. I don't like that. Take some responsibility.
It's a sign for Washington's Molly Wieringa in the stands. Important point here for Carleton. Because Washington took half, we knew Carleton's going to have to break to win. Now they're going to need to break twice, and it starts by holding here. Carleton has only broken Washington's O-line once so far in the game, and it was early. The 5th point made it 3-2. And that will work. Stubbs, a little dish to Thomas Toth. So a respectable answer right there from Carleton.
Once again, what works in the red zone? Change the point of attack. Use the width of the field. Force the defense to constantly reposition. Dump, swing, offense always works.
Excuse me, Lanier with the assist, not Stubbs. Third goal for Ani. Three assists for Kate. Carleton won a national championship in 2000. Washington won the national title in 2012.
A couple of coaches, Amanda Kostick and Joe Goodrow on that 2012 squad, still helping out here on the sidelines for Element.
(2012), the year before ESPN coverage. Stall called. Seen a stall called all day here in the semis? I think that's the first one. I'm gonna play it as a contested call, I believe. So disc coming in on 8.
You said this earlier, Evan, all the games are bleeding together. I know we're paid the big bucks to get those minutia, right? At this point in the day, I can't remember.
Okay, everyone's good? All right, coming on 8. In on 8.
That looked like she held the disc for 3 seconds after the disc was tapped back in.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
But nothing's worse than watching two players argue about a stall.
Okay, it's a little dramatic, but I see your point.
Yeah. I wanted to say a check.
Saying
I felt
6.
like you were right. All right, coming on 6.
Washington maintains possession.
Look at those seamless switches between the Carleton defenders as soon as Amy Wynn took off. Nice transition. Passing off assignments by Syzygy.
No one was really going deep, and that one is totally devoured by the deep defender, Nora Mertz.
Last time we were calling her name, she was making plays for Hybrid. in the mixed division championship game in San Diego.
Just a couple months ago.
Oh
that
my
disc
goodness.
slips out of the hands. And Carleton gifts it back to UW. There's a pick downfield. This throw's coming back. It's a moment anyone who's ever thrown a Frisbee fears.
Right.
For Eleanor Vandell, it happens on this semifinal stage. Nice disc movement, but the throw too tall and over the head of Robin Gamboa.
Look at that. Vandell able to collect it. Another opportunity here. Stifling defense after the turnover from Element.
And just a prayer thrown up and read best by Vandell. Completes the reset. It was tipped and then caught by Mertz. What just happened?
My goodness. I got so many things I can say there. Leave your feet, catch your blocks, don't quit on the play. Sophia Palmer ran off the field before it was over. Are we going to look back on this as the redemption point for Eleanor Vandell? I mean, Sophia Palmer's got a block right here. Catch it, leave your feet. And then she runs off the field thinking the point's over.
And just disappeared. Easiest goal of the tournament for Tori Gray. I think she thought Mertz was in.
No question that's what she thought.
So Carleton's second break of the game ties this up 9-all. I mean, Washington had a ton of chances in the first half, Ian. They just couldn't cash them in. Carleton 2 for 5 for the game. Washington 2 for 9. Washington's O-line, by and large, has been crisper, has given fewer chances. Tight space throw. Penny Nguyen continues it downfield for Yadama.
This is a D-line coming over to fill the void and secure a hold. Nguyen, Elmy, and company anchoring here for Element. Looks like Steph Phillips is staying out there for the offense.
See if Grace Young's size is involved in Washington converting this point. Here's Young. Pretty good disc, quick disc movement. Penny Nguyen resets to Crawford. Elmy floats it to the break side, and Carleton gets the block. Tori Gray shows the wheels. She's got an unbelievable burst.
Closing down that space on the break side, elevating to challenge Yadama. That's an all-star block right there.
If Carleton can convert, that'll be 3 in a row to retake the lead. near the sidelines. Campana leaves her feet to make the play. Back to Lanier. Yamasaki Lisk. Lanier going every other. Swings it to the sideline. And that disc was rejected on the mark. Grace Young. Not her height, but her length getting a piece of that disc. Every turn is critical in a 9-all game in the semifinals. Goes without saying. Young has the assist. It's Penny Wynn in the end zone for Washington.
That's a great mark by Grace Young. Getting out there, challenging the Sims release point. And then I love the patience from Element. Marching this in, breaking the mark and continuing down the break side. I know there was a turnover before this, but nice work by this Element, mostly D-line, filling in there.
One of the many Seattle natives on this University of Washington roster. And Grace Young from Iowa City picks up the assist. So 10-9, timeout called. Carleton buying some rest for Lanier, Campana, Aria Kishner back out there as well. Kishner was a magnet for the disc in the first half. Ani Thomas Toth certainly going to be a factor down the stretch here too. Both these teams an underdog against Pleiades going into tomorrow in your mind?
I do believe so. That North Carolina defense is something else.
Yeah.
I don't.
Their offense ain't half bad either.
Just Don Colton's going to get her blocks. So many defenders on that team that are going to challenge whichever offense steps out on the field in a way, frankly, that I don't think either of these offenses have been challenged yet this weekend. Sure, Washington got pushed to the brink, but by Virginia and Davis, but that wasn't North Carolina pressure. And do you think if Washington wins this game, Carolina's going to let Washington hang around by not converting on 6 of 7 first half break chances, if those are the circumstances?
Seems unlikely. A snag by Campana. Shooting it to the end zone. Nikki Chan with the block.
Campana's receiver was already so deep by the time this throw went up. You could see she has her hands on her head shortly after releasing it. Just not enough space to run onto.
Thomas Toth had the size, but the throw never really gave her a chance. She didn't attack it. And now Element just shy of midfield. Wide open, deep threat, Sophia Palmer. She started to come back under, spins around, goes deep, and comes up inches shy. Wow.
Nikki Chan thought about it for just a second too long. If she had released that disc in flow, I think she and Palmer would have been on the same page, and that could have been a goal.
Emma Chin. Another tight reset. Here's Lanier.
Great switching off the front defensively by Wynn.
Kishner's bomb. Way off. Stall count was rising. The throw goes up, easily smacked down by Campana.
Coverage sack there for the Carleton O-line defense.
Fourth turnover of this point at 10-9 in the second half. Lanier has Campana coming under. And there's a pick downfield. And this disc is coming back a couple throws.
I didn't hear the call.
Makes two of us. Stall count rising. Floated near the sideline and no chance. Ooh, yikes. Thankfully, Carly Campana pops right back up after that awkward landing into the A-frame. Look down, thinking about a greatest, flings it up and takes one in the chin, literally.
These defenses going coverage sack for coverage sack, one after the other.
That 50-50 over the head of one possible target in Crawford and swatted down, the sixth turnover of the point.
Great work by Sophia Palmer getting out there to shut down that continuation. I know it looked like she was far away from the thrower, but that's exactly what you do to get out and cut down that angle.
What was the? It's the spots that it occurs, so somewhere right around here. 5? Okay. Wait, as soon as they are reset.
So a pick brings it back.
Okay. In on 5.
Carleton with possession just across midfield. Syzygy trailing by 1. There was a poach. And finally Campana realizes it and throws it deep, and it's a nice adjustment, and we are tied 10-all. Stubbs hauls in her second goal of the game. What a wacky point that was.
One of the sloppiest points we've seen this game.
Yeah.
From an offensive perspective, I think defensively the coaches had to love, hey, we took away all of these offense's options multiple times, forcing them to punt it, putting them in tight spots, but Carly Campana, the playmaker, helping close it out.
Ten all is our 9th tie of the game. We've been tied at every number except 8s. UW went up 9-7 after taking half, 8-7 on the Phillips Callahan. Carleton responded. Syzygy had a great chance to go up 10-9 a couple of times, couldn't do it.
And look, this is a concerted shift in O-line personnel here in the second half. Icky Elmi is handling a lot more for the Element offense. Penny Wynn getting some more O points.
Yadama too. Here's Hecko. Trying to squeeze that up the line, and she did! One of the most dangerous plays in Ultimate, that up line shot, the defender peeling off the stack. There's a collision. It looked like a goal. And it is, and it looks like everyone's okay. 11-10 Washington. Gray still holding her arm.
Thank goodness, Abby, that was unbelievable ability to break the mark, and I feel like you and I can't get through a single broadcast without at least one instance of this poach off the stack to defend the upline spot, rearing its head. And we just hope Tori Gray's okay here, but she also had to know the situation that she was putting herself in, going to that space.
Blue card was issued for the dangerous play to Carleton's Tori Gray. So 4 assists now for Abby Hecko.
Five. Between the pole. Got a hand.
A maximum of 8 points remaining in this semifinal. And Washington comes down in a zone. Yadama got a piece of it. But honestly, I think Campana just whiffed on the catch.
She certainly looked intimidated by the closing Yadama.
No question. Chance for Washington really to seize control here. Wow. Naraya Bell Sims goes full extension to knock it down.
That was a next level block. Coming around the back shoulder to make up ground to the upline space. Incredible defense there from Sims.
Bridget Whipfler went down, popped right back up, we play on. I mean, there's very little, if any, win. So if Carleton is calm and spaces the field well, they should be able to slice and dice this zone, right?
I would think so. I do love Element mixing it up, giving this Carleton offense something else to think about. Of course, we've seen this look at least one other point before this game, but.
And now they have morphed into a matchup. Campana throws it to the stationary Emma Chin in the middle of the stack.
She had to yell her name. Emma wasn't aware.
Campana coming back under. A lot of traffic, but able to find Lanier. Another missed chance for Element. Carleton ties it up again.
Grace Young had steps and space. The throw was just too far ahead, and Sims was in the right spot with the right instincts. And look at the work by Lanier here in the red zone. She's gonna drive that slash cut all the way to the far side. By doing that, bodies out her defender and opens up that inside lane. That's just so difficult to defend against. Look at Lanier. Get there, turn, get the defender on her back hip, and that's an easy, soft inside finish.
$11 all. Campana to Lanier. And if you want to forget about everything we've seen so far, this is a game to 4. I know folks talk about games to 3 and games to 5. This is a game to 4 for the finals. Washington receives.
Good to see Tori Gray back out there defensively for Carleton.
Hecko elevates. Directing traffic. Completes it underneath for Megan Louie. Back to Hecko. Palmer. Hecko orchestrating everything right now for Washington. And that's good news for Element. Pretty good defense, denying the upline shot for Hecko, but the dump swing works to perfection. Sophia Palmer flips it in the air with Washington's 12th goal of the night.
Great switching there by the Carleton defenders, taking away the most dangerous option, the striking Abby Hecko, but this Element offense so proficient. As soon as that option's not there, hey, just gonna swing. Gonna attack the break side. Most dangerous spot on the field. Sophia Palmer, 20-year-old sophomore from Seattle, having herself one hell of a game for Element.
So UW back up by 1. Tomorrow, starting at 6:30 Eastern, we'll be live on ESPNU. The 11th seed Georgia and the number 1 seed in the men's division, North Carolina. East Coast showdown here on the West Coast to get our our championship doubleheader started, and then it'll be either Washington or Carleton against the 2 seed in the women's division, North Carolina Pleiades. And I mean, it feels like a better than 50% chance right now, Ian, that we're going to see the Carolina coronation for the first time ever. 2 programs from the same school winning the title in the same year. It's never happened before. And certainly the Washington and Carleton fans who are watching this are like, no, that's not going to happen. But the 2 most impressive teams we saw today were the North Carolina men and the North Carolina women, with the Georgia men a close third and a dropped pull. Emma Chin had it doink off her hands at 12-11 in semis. Yadama up the line. Can Element punch this in? So many chances, and this one they capitalize upon. Amy Nguyen has the goal, and Element leads by 2.
Oh, you can see her taking her eyes off the disc, looking at where she's going to throw the centering pass. There's a lot going on at the front of that stack, but ultimately Amy Nguyen able to shake free in that front corner. What a game from Alexa Yadama too. Look at that back and forth movement at the front. Amy Nguyen's been so quick, so fierce for Element all game long.
So Element was in control before. Now they're in great control now. Of course, we know Carleton has the firepower to come back, but it's getting late. You're right, Ian. Yadama's been really good in the second half for Washington, bringing energy defensively, orchestrating possession after return, and crossing over and playing O. Chin diving on top of that disc to make sure it didn't roll any further. That one floats up high. Campana to the end zone, and that was quick. Mariah Bell Sims from Carly Campana. Just like that, it's 13-12.
Syzygy making quick work of the Element defense on that point. Totally unfazed by the zone look. Over the top action. Again, no wind here in Norco tonight. A marked difference from the blustery conditions we saw in Round Rock, Texas in 2019. All of those over the tops and those mid-ranges are a go under the lights.
Washington back on offense with a 1-goal lead. 2 holds will get Element to the finals. Washington has not been to the finals since 2012 when they won it all with a 15-7 thrashing of rival Oregon in the final. And Carleton has the door open again.
Tori Gray turned on the Jets. No one was there to feed it to her deep. She's churning downfield after this turnover.
So is Campana coming underneath. Beats Palmer. Whistles that one downfield. Gray with a laser. That was going to be a tough grab. Yadama there defensively for UW. Here's Hecko. Palmer's going long. A lot of traffic in front of Hecko, so she goes over the top and swings it. Amy Nguyen. That's over Palmer, but Hecko is there, and it's off her hands.
And she wasn't the intended receiver. I was puzzled by looking off Penny Wynn, who was open underneath on the fourth side earlier in the stall count.
There has been a full moon the past couple days here in Norco, and well, legend has it strange things happen when the moon is full. Are you kidding me? All bow down to Abby Hecko for all she has done tonight.
I'm just not surprised at this point. Let's go! Another timeout! I'm sorry, I needed that just to warm myself up here in the booth. I'm genuinely excited about it, I am.
I'm more excited by the Abby Hecko block.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, she had to leave her feet to get a piece of that disc. That looked like Tori Gray was right there to clap catch.
Yeah, and the angle Tori was taking, unless she was going to plant that left foot and kind of redirect herself at a more acute angle back towards the disc, there wasn't really a way for her to attack more with that path.
Kind of moving horizontally across the field rather than coming back toward the disc.
Much cleaner explanation than what I said.
Hecko involved in 5 of Washington's goals, a number of blocks, and even more jaw-dropping moments. We know who we're talking about in the Open tomorrow if Washington prevails.
Will it be the Abby Hecko show?
Well, we got a Don Colton reel of blocks to show America. Abby Hecko has her own highlight reel ready to go if she can get her team to the finish line here. Nice acceleration there by Hecko. Felt the footsteps of Gray. Knows how fast those footsteps are. Hecko's going deep. Oh, we all wanted that one to go up.
Love the patience by Phillips.
Palmer to a wide open Nikki Chan. And Hecko was the decoy. Instead, it is Penny Wynn to make it 14-12 UW.
Steph Phillips, the center handler. So calm, so accurate when the pressure is peaking. Getting that distribution going. Abby Hecko makes space. Penny Wynn attacks the space. Element's got game point here.
You can see the enthusiasm in the Element huddle. The Seattle contingent of fans in the stands are certainly making their presence felt. Bundled up and being loud. Obviously, it's time for Carleton College to dig deep the #1 seed in the women's division. They weren't really tested at all at sectionals or regionals. Undefeated here at nationals. And they need to score 3 straight to keep their season alive. Game point for Washington on defense. The pull lands OB.
You know how much I love those out of bounds pulls, Evan. Especially when there's no wind.
Lanier will initiate from the middle. Campana has made a lot of big plays in this game. Can she put Carleton on her back in this final stretch?
That was some fantastic dump defense there from Penny Wynn, and look at her frustrating at the front of the stack.
Right in Kishner's grill. Here's Sims. More great handler defense, forces the deep shot. Campana! Beg your pardon. Ani Thomas Toth brings Carleton within 1 again.
Stall count rising quickly here for Nariah Bell Sims. Locks in on Lanier. Doesn't want to turn the disc over anywhere.
Throw it to the tallest one on the field.
Take a shot to the end zone and pray.
Not much Adama could do right there. 4 goals for Thomas Toth. Carleton season on the line right here on D. Washington on offense, looking to march 70 yards to the finals. It's about time we had one of these close games down to the wire here on semifinals Sunday. They're not going to have to go 70. They're going to have to go about 53.
That's a tough throw there from Phillips to get things started. Outside in throw to the inside out lane.
Amy Wynn squeezes it through back to Palmer. Back up the line, tight space, Wynn skies just shy of the end zone. That was a really tough grab. Amy Wynn saves possession. Palmer looking to send Washington to the final. Are you kidding me? Yadama has the winner for UW, and Element will advance. On some sort of a high release flick, push pass, falling down backwards, game-winning grab.
Carleton defended like their campaign depended on it. There was no other option for Sophia Palmer. Stall count was up there. No one was open on the force side. Couldn't pivot to the break side. That's just a heartbreaking way to end things when you've shut down options A, B, and C.
Wild way for this one to end. Palmer's high release flick to a tumbling Alexa Yadama, and it's Washington over Carleton, 15-13.
Come on, everybody. Let's get to work. Yanni, you're going to be working with the #1 choreographer in Red Shore City.
Troy is freaking me out. Tippy toes, tippy toes. I don't see your tippy toes. If you could give me some dance lessons, you would be saving my life.
In a sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
That's my boy. Sing 2, rated PG.
All the gifts you really, really, really can't wait to unwrap. Joy Bully.
The 2021 USA Ultimate College Championships are presented by Discraft, home of the UltraStar, the official disc of USA Ultimate. Your place for all your ultimate and disc golf needs. Visit Discraft.com. We make flying discs fun. When you care so deeply, the contrasting emotions are powerful. Carleton Syzygy falling short of their ultimate goal. And on the other side, Washington Element, the 4 seed, entering nationals, takes down the top seeded Carleton team 15-13. Abby Hecko certainly had a huge role in tonight's win for Washington. Abby joins us now with a big smile on her face. Abby, congratulations on this great victory.
Thank you, thank you. Let me speak. Okay, hi.
You've waited 2.5, 3 years since you started college at UW to get this opportunity. What has College Nationals been like? Has it been everything you dreamed it would be?
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. And I just, like, all of the quality team time has been so great. And I thought with like a short season, maybe the level of play would be a little bit lower just because we didn't have as much like practice time. But just coming out here and like seeing everybody give it their all, I feel like it's been super grindy and it's been everything I hoped. And I'm so proud of us. It's been great.
What's this journey here at Nationals been like for you and the Element team? You were pushed against Virginia. Oh, yeah. You were pushed against Davis. You were pushed here tonight against Carleton. What have you learned about yourselves along the way?
We're so deep. We have so many consistent people that we can rely on. And I think just especially in these past 3 tight games, we have been able to look to everybody on the roster. And that's something that I'm really excited about. And I think that's how we've gotten as far as we have gotten.
The North Carolina Pleiades squad has been mighty impressive. They demolished UCSB earlier today. How much have you watched Carolina, and what are your thoughts about facing them tomorrow for a title?
I haven't watched a lot. I've been a little nervous, so I've got some homework tonight and tomorrow morning. But I am so excited to get to play UNC. They've been the front runners this whole season, so I'm just honored that we get the opportunity to play the best of the best.
Well, Abby, it's been fun watching you do your thing. Get some rest tonight. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow in the championship game.
Thank you.
Abby Hecko, junior from the University of Washington, in her first college nationals, making big things happen. And she made a number of diving grabs, diving blocks, run through Ds, skying snags. Really, she did it all. Abby Hecko, our Discraft plays of the game.
I just don't know what scenario we could draw up that she didn't accomplish in this victory.
She filled out everything on the bingo board.
Every single phase of the game. Take her in fantasy tomorrow.
Well, she's going to have her hands full with all the defenders that Carolina has to throw at her, but it's going to be a fascinating game. I mean, Abby said it at the end of the game. Kelly Hall, the coach, said it at halftime. They believe in their depth, and what we saw from Alexa Yadama and Amy Wynn, Kate Crawford, Grace Young,
Nikki Elmy.
Yeah, I mean, you could run it down. Now, do they have the depth to match up with North Carolina? That's a conversation for the next 20 hours or so until game time. We got a championship doubleheader for you tomorrow, starting at 6:30 Eastern Time. There will be a Carolina flavor to our coverage for sure. UNC and Georgia in the men's final, and UNC and Washington in the women's title game. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern. We thank you for being with us throughout this semifinal Sunday. That's a wrap. Washington 15-13 over Carleton. For Ian Toner and our entire crew, Evan Leffler saying good night from the West Coast.